welcome to another episode of Issues and Society. Today, I am here with Vanilla, and we will be discussing a very interesting issue that has been, trending about the Ibon Air. So, this trend has happened like on the 10th of August 2025, and then there's been a lot on social media. So this is how we're going to take you through today's events. I have a lot of news in store for you guys. So I'm going to read an introduction for you guys so you hear and have a background story. Then we dive into what social media has been saying about the Ibon Air story. So Ibon Air recently confirmed an incident involving an unruly passenger, Miss Comfort Emerson, on its Uyo Lagos flight on August 10th, 2025. And here's what happened. So they said the incident began with Miss Emerson, who refused to switch off her mobile phone before taking off, despite repeated instructions. A fellow passenger eventually switched it off, prompting a verbal tirade from her. Upon arrival in Lagos, Miss Emerson confronted the pursuer who instructed her to switch off her phone, and she allegedly stepped on the pursuer, tore her wig, removed her glasses, and assaulted her with her footwear. Another crew member who tried to intervene was also slapped. Now, the pilot in command alerted the airport security, and the pursuer restrained Miss Emerson until the security personnel arrived. However, she continued to lash out, attacking Ibon Air and fan security staff, and even slapped the ground supervisor. Miss Emerson allegedly tried to forcibly remove a fire extinguisher to use as a weapon, which could have been a great damage to the aircraft. And the Ibon Air has permanently banned Miss Emerson from flying with them and submitted a report to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and handed her over to the Nigerian police for further investigation. This is the trending news about the Ibon Air incident. Now let's go to Twitter. Vanilla, what do you think about, the recent happenings in the Ibon Air about Miss Emerson and then the air hostess?
Thank you, Dr. Liz. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's episode again.
Welcome.
Okay, so a lot has been said on Twitter. Even the Nigerian NBA, the NBA released an official statement. A lot of posts have been actually a lot of things have been posted on Twitter. A whole lot, as in it's really getting hotter by the day on this particular issue. So we have people coming out. Let's see a Twitter post from Peter Obi.
Okay.
He said, "The unfortunate and dishonorable drama witnessed in Ibom Air has again brought to the fore the double standards in our lives and the inadequacies of our various security operatives. Um, in acting decently in a civilized manner. I want to start by sincerely apologizing to the Ibom Air crew who were assaulted by Miss Comfort Emerson, who we must, as society, learn and uphold good conduct as it is a true measure of success and decent living. However, I must equally strongly condemn the dehumanizing treatment meted out on this young woman. Stripping her publicly was not only unnecessary but also represents the height of rascality and abuse of our agencies." He went on to say, "This is not just about one young woman, it is about the double standards that poison our justice system.
Hmm.
Justice in Nigeria must never be about who is poor or powerless versus who has influence to access to government officials. He said, while Miss Comfort Emerson is in jail, the other offender who committed a more severe offense has not been held to the same standard. He has neither been arrested nor arraigned in court. To sum it up, he said, we must end this selective treatment of the poor or less privileged. If justice must be served, it should be served to all, and it must be served fairly. The Minister of Aviation and other relevant authorities owe the public an explanation for these double standards in their uh, adjudication. Justice must be just,
Hmm.
or it is nothing at all. The rule of law based on justice for all must remain the guidepost of our democracy. A new Nigeria is possible. PO. So, check this out. If Peter Obi is actually coming out to speak on behalf of this lady, as you can see, his comment was very fair.
Yeah.
He just did not address
The
the
air hostess.
air hostess and Ibom Air in
Yeah. In
general.
general.
He also spoke about unruly behavior.
Behavior.
Okay, talking about the lady's behavior in question, I saw a video on Twitter where this lady was actually she was actually acting in a violent manner. Like it
Hmm.
was, for me, I feel her attitude wasn't necessary, and a lot of people have been coming out to say a lot of things like,
So we're talking
okay,
about the hostess now,
not the hostess, I'm talking about Miss
Miss
Emerson.
Emerson. Okay.
So saying she slapped, she used her footwear and all of that, was that really necessary?
That's a practical Nigerian behavior.
No, it's not a practical Nigerian babe. That is a practical so-called body. That attitude they put up, that behavior, it's
I'm sorry.
unruly. It's I think it's on her part
Apologies for the lapse, but
immature.
I'm just wondering, right? Well, they said that this hostess has, there's a track record of her being rude to people on the airline. And then my thoughts are, why didn't she just, hand her over to the security? Why did she have to get into that kind of back and forth with the woman? You know, why didn't you just report to your guy or something? Why take the law into your hands?
Who would know? How would you know if the lady herself wasn't maybe drunk? Because I see such behavior as maybe not normal. Because why in the world would you fight with everyone that was present? Like, okay, but I in on the other hand, I'm not happy about how she was treated, because
Yeah.
that's a woman, that's a lady right there. You
And
had her body out, all out, and then you posted it on
now women
social
they do
media.
women.
Was
Now
it
we they do ourselves.
necessary? Okay, there's a comment on
Now we they do ourselves.
there's a post on Twitter.
Yeah.
This lady, her name is Chi Berry at Chibadu. She said, with a picture of the said hostess. She
Yeah.
said, "You humiliated this girl because she told you her phone was on airplane mode. Removed her wig and shirt, exposed her breasts, her boobs, excuse me, and posted the video. You are a witch and should be sacked. I stand with comfort." And she further went on to say, Ibom Air should be cancelled. And then moving on down to the comments, this one said, "My friend, shut up. If the plane had crashed and 100 of people died, or 100 people died, you would have still blamed her for her incompetence to do her work properly."
Yeah.
Okay, and this other person said, "I'm not taking anyone's side though, but this girl is ugly." What does that have to do with what we're talking about? And this one said, "I stand with comfort any day, anytime. She's the one that should get justice. Ibom Air needs to pay heavy damages for what they did to her."
Yeah.
Okay, let's let's see more. Okay, let's see more reasonable comments. This one said, sacked or jailed, she should be jailed and fined 5 million naira so that when she served her 5 years in jail, she will work for 5 more years to pay up the 15 million. My God.
You know, there's a comment here, right, by Wale from Canada. He says,
Okay.
there's actually more to these airline sagas than what we're seeing online.
Yeah.
The questions we should be asking is what triggered their actions? Is it because he said, okay, what is the cause and the effects?
Mm.
Because I can understand the fact that these airline hostess can be sometimes very rude in addressing
Yeah. Yeah.
situations. But what exactly is the cause of the woman's action?
Well, with what I saw on with the videos I saw on Twitter, somebody was like, I think Ibom Air has a track record for
Okay.
bundling passengers and then throwing them out and things like that. So I think
Okay.
I think
Maybe
this
the lady's agitated, or maybe she just has her mind prepared somewhere that, oh, anybody that does anyhow will see anyhow today or
no,
something.
like Ibom Air, there was this video of an elderly man
Okay.
that was being bundled out and he was screaming
What did he do?
I don't know. He was screaming in his language, I'm naked, and then he screamed in English, I'm naked. But they were still pulling him out and all that. And
Hmm.
some people said that Ibom Air has a track record for manhandling their passengers.
Passengers.
So I feel there should be a better approach. You can actually ask them to leave, and if they
Hmm.
don't, you get the authorities. You don't have to bundle everybody out. Like you bundled the other man, he was screaming, I'm naked, and then check comforts. She didn't even scream, I'm naked, like she was actually accidentally stripped.
Yeah.
So I have a tweet from the Nigerian Bar Association,
Hmm.
which says the treatment of Miss Comfort Emerson by Ibom Air was reckless and violated her right to dignity of human person. The Nigerian Bar Association strongly condemns the treatment of Miss Comfort Emerson in the incident aboard an Ibom Air flight on 10th August 2025 and the subsequent lifetime flight ban imposed on her by Ibom Air. She was banned for life from flying on Ibom.
Yeah. There.
Wow. And the Airline Operators of Nigeria, AON, these actions are heavy-handed, unlawful, and a grave affront to the rule of law and human dignity.
Hmm.
It is deeply disturbing that Miss Emerson was forcibly removed from the aircraft, stripped of her clothing in public, and subjected to humiliation that was filmed and circulated online. Such conduct is degrading, violates her right to dignity and privacy, and falls far short of the standards of civility and professionalism expected in the aviation sector. No person, regardless of circumstances, should be treated in such a dehumanizing manner. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. How many
Hmm.
Wow, it goes on. So, in the concluding part, the NBA says the NBA demands that Ibom Air immediately withdraw the lifetime ban. The lifetime ban is issue a public apology to Miss Emerson and cooperate fully with an impartial investigation into this incident. We also call on the Minister for Aviation, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, and relevant security agencies to conduct a thorough inquiry, sanction all those found culpable, and enforce strict compliance with established standards for the humane treatment of air passengers. And they go on to say the NBA stands ready to provide Ms. Emerson with pro bono legal support to ensure her rights are protected and that she obtains redress for the violations suffered.
Hmm.
We will not remain silent while the fundamental rights of any Nigerian are trampled upon, whether by public authorities,
Yeah.
private corporations, or individuals or individuals, respect for human dignity and the rule of law must be, mm, let me take that again. Respect for human dignity and the rule of law must never be compromised. And in this matter, justice must prevail. From Mazi Osigwe San, Nigeria, president of Nigerian Bar Association. So now, look at dignitaries, people of affluence, coming out to speak on behalf of Miss Comfort. What is your take? What do you think?
Well, I'm happy. I must say that I'm happy that the issue is being addressed, and then at least they should also take off the ban. Yeah, I think they should.
Exactly,
They should.
because she was stripped, for God's
Yeah,
sake. That could
that could do anything.
psychological
Yeah, to any woman at all.
damage.
So I think I'm happy that at least the ban should be taken off, and then I think um the aircraft should, be review have a review with their staffs, on work conduct. They should have a review and properly train their staffs on how to manage conflicts
Their
because
staff, especially this particular air hostess, like people have a lot to say about her.
about
Like
her.
she always incites people, as in she makes you angry, and then she plays the victim.
Victim,
Somebody
yeah.
was like saying, "I know people like this, holier than thou, but they're the they're the most wicked."
Yeah.
Even somebody went on Twitter, as in, there's a post from Mary Remin Joko.
Mm.
You know, she owns Rock TV.
Yeah.
Yes, she owns Rock. So she also came out to speak on behalf of Miss Comfort. She said, "I understand removing her from the plane. That's not the issue. What I cannot understand is stripping her while doing so, and then putting it all over social media. That's all over the internet. Airline or airport staff are trained professionals."
Yeah.
You see that, right? They, like you said, they're trained
Trained
professionals.
professionals.
And I refuse to believe that dehumanizing someone, stripping a woman naked, and broadcasting it online is part of that training, no matter what crime that they may have committed.
Committed. Yeah.
So you see what we were actually talking about, stripping her with a. When I saw that video, as in my heart,
And
I
they
wouldn't
were
say my
both
heart
they were
sank.
both women.
Exactly.
They were
What if that happened
to
to you
you
or someone you
did it
know?
to you, yeah. They were
It's
both women.
dehumanizing, and I think throwing her into jail
And then
immediately.
it it just amazes me more because okay, they had taken off, and then this matter should have subsided or gone into thin air or
Yeah,
something. So why is it when she was leaving the airport, like, why did they have to revisit it? Was it really necessary? Even if one person had to revisit it, maybe report to the staff, someone who is in charge over there, and say, oh,
exactly.
this lady did something, please can we call her to order or
Yeah.
something, rather than taking the law into
Into
your
their own
hands.
hands. But those were security, the airport security operatives. They were security operatives that work at the
Around there,
airport.
so
Yeah,
I think it should have gotten to them, not them trying to settle
yeah.
it.
And I think the lady finally lost her mind after
Yeah.
she had realized that she had been stripped. So
Yeah.
even while they actually didn't
Oh, that
just
was
bundle
so
her out
much.
of the aircraft, they bundled her into the bus, and then dear God.
Oh my god.
Everyone would have even even the ever smiling Dr. Liz would fight.
Well, I would not fight though. Yes, I would report. No, like, I can't.
After they've opened your,
No, I would be
look at
angry.
somebody's
I
mammary,
would.
like have the
I
two
would.
representation, the two representatives of her mammary glands
No,
were
no, no, no. I
outside.
would be angry. No,
Outside.
no, I would be
Oh
angry.
my
But
God.
ah, I won't even let it get to that point where you strip me off.
No, I was saying if it was you, like mistakenly they were bundling you out of the aircraft, and then your clothes just went up. What would you do?
We'll stay and we'll report, but we won't fight.
You would not fight.
I won't fight.
I believe. I would just be, me. I wouldn't even have the energy to fight. I'll be perplexed. I'll just start crying.
No, no,
As
no,
hard
no.
as people
If
think
you
I
cry,
can be,
they'll video you now.
I
Like
will
it will
cry.
go viral.
I will cry.
Then you will be the celebrity of the week.
Oh God, I'll just cry. I
No,
don't know what
no,
I would
no.
do at that point. What do you mean?
You
Like,
know what? Even if I'm stripped, I'm just going to try and ask somebody for their jacket
you
or
won't
something.
be able to control it.
Yeah, I would be
You
upset. I'm not saying I
wouldn't.
won't.
Let's put ourselves in their shoes.
I would be upset, very upset.
Okay, like imagine you're wearing a dress and then um the wind just blows and you're trying to control the dress, and a short dress, like a flare dress.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you see how you feel in public, like how you look around and
Yeah, but I feel like
how you're
nobody
trying
will
to
remember
compose
my
yourself?
face.
Nobody will remember it, but at that point, amidst the crowd, you will never be comfortable. Now imagine the whole
I think
thing
first of all,
outside.
what I think I'll just run into the toilet. I'll run. I don't care if anybody's videoing me, but I run. And when I run, I'm going to get some clothes and I'm going to come back and then face the matter on ground. I'm going
Okay.
to either ensure that hostess is being, sacked or something. But I'm going to run. I'm not going to stay there and say yes. I mean, what's that? What's that? No, no, no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not
Well,
going to do that.
If I notice that if something like that should happen, God forbid, should happen to me, I would just cover myself and I would just start. When I mean crying, not crying dramatically, I would just start shedding tears, because I'm someone that when I'm really upset, I just don't know where the tears come
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
I'm very emotional, so as much as possible, I try to avoid conflicts.
Yeah.
But all the same, people like us, they say when you avoid trouble, it still somehow comes after you. So I would just start shedding tears, and they will be uncontrollable. I will not be able to talk, because by then my entire my neck,
Yeah.
everywhere around my neck will be swollen.
Yeah.
My muscles will they will all rise.
But I
and
feel like
there's nothing I can do
I
at
feel
that
like
point. I'll
if
just shed tears.
people should have premeditative responses. Like if you are in the worst case scenario and you are not necessarily a public figure, but you have a personality that you hold dear to yourself. Like you're saying Dr. Liz now. Who is Dr. Liz? And what do I want to represent? Who am I to the society? Who am I to the people who watch me? I feel like for Dr. Liz, I should always have a premeditative response to anything. So
Of course, we always
just
prepare for that.
yeah, so you plan worst case scenario. I'm actually just imagining this and
You
then
know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done.
I know
That is what I can say at this
yeah,
point, because
yeah,
we all prepare
we have
for chaos.
we have
We
emotions.
all prepare for chaos. We all prepare for
That
the
is why
worst thing.
that is why
Like-
I like the fact that you said we all prepare,
Of
because
course, every person prepares
because
for,
as you're
like,
preparing, it means
what's
that
the craziest thing that can happen today? You already prepared your mind.
as you're preparing, it means that maybe one would have happened few days back, some days back, which stretches your
What will-
patience level. Maybe an event or something that you didn't expect or see coming would have happened. It stretches your patience level. So imagine if
I am saying
that
you
would have happened.
would react without knowing. This is.
I don't think
this
I
is-
would have even let
No,
it
you
get to
wouldn't.
that
You would.
point.
No, you wouldn't do what she did. But
Yeah.
there is no way you wouldn't react.
No, definitely
It's,
there
it's
would have.
impossible.
That's what I'm saying. My reaction would have been I run to a room or a toilet, get a clothes on, or beg somebody for their shawl or jacket or something, cover up. And when I come out, have a, now.
I wouldn't react.
We're not going to have a physical fight, but the authorities, the securities, every single person there would have to do something about the issue
Well,
that just happened.
like I always know how to stand up for myself, but when it comes to conflict like fighting, nah. As much as possible, I don't get involved in that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I would defend myself. I'll tell you, this is it, this is it. But when it comes to fighting, when it turns into a fight,
Right.
no, it's
Yeah.
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But a lot of people were speaking on Twitter via comments, and they were like saying all because of this Olo show and things like that and things like that. First of all, what she chose to do with her body, it's her choice, right? Don't judge people. That's what I feel. It's her choice, right?
Yeah.
What she's doing is wrong, but I'm sure she's an adult.
Yeah.
She can be held accountable for her actions. But even if she's an Olosho is a person. An Olosho is also a person. An Olosho also has rights.
Yeah.
So because she's an Olosho and you went on her Instagram page, you saw her post and you're like, she's a prostitute, nobody should fight for her, this and that and this. If that had happened to your sister, you most of them talking on Twitter,
Mm.
their sisters are baddies,
Yeah.
dressing half naked all over social media and doing stuff and posting and not caring about it.
Mm.
But you come out and sometimes before we comment on posts, we should actually think rationally.
Yeah. Be very rational.
Yes. What if it had happened to you? What if
Yeah.
it had happened to you? What if it had happened to somebody you knew you
Mm-hmm.
know? What if it had happened to a close a loved one of
Relative.
yours?
Yeah.
What how do you think Comfort's family is feeling right now? How do you think how
Actually.
it's traumatizing? Prostitute or no prostitute, Olosho or no Olosho, she's a person.
Mm.
She's human. She's human. So if she acted unruly,
Yeah.
I'm not supporting her attitude, but that girl's rights was trampled on. That is what I know. I'm a lady.
Yeah.
I will I will never I, it's not even part of my imagination.
Mm.
It's not even it cannot even come to my mind that such a thing will happen, but God, it's dehumanizing. It's traumatizing. It's me seeing it from even from here. I feel like no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no. So I think with I stand with Comfort on the side of her rights being trampled on.
Yeah.
I am not supporting her attitude. I am not in support of her attitude or her hitting people. You don't have the right to hit anybody. You don't have the right. So, but them stripping her naked, posting it all over social media, still throwing her in jail without an attorney,
Yeah.
because I'm sure she did not have an attorney. Like immediately she was already, I'm sure when they bundled her into that bus, she was taken straight to court.
Mm-hmm.
They said they took her straight to court and
Yeah.
they passed judgment
And
on
they
her and
just
then
banned her
they
from
just,
the
and then
SR.
you still banned her. Is that
That's not fair.
necessary?
Yeah.
I think Ibom Air should come up with a more reasonable approach,
At least hear
to
from both sides,
handle
or go
passengers.
through your cameras,
No
CCTVs,
matter
the
how bad, don't
witnesses,
bundle people out like that. They
go
are not
through
bags
all
of
of those
rice.
things and then, make a fair judgment. Make a very fair judgment because that was so bad.
I look at that elderly man bundling him out. He was shouting, "I'm naked, I'm naked, I'm naked." They're still bundling him. What if he
Why
has?
would you even be
What
bottling people
is
out?
it? Are their staff? Are they agberos? Louts,
They need to
touts?
look more into training
Are
their
they?
staffs
It's like they
professionally.
employ weightlifters. You just pick people up and then you start pulling them. Or those people that have worked in rice factories before.
Mm,
You know the way they used to carry
I
rice.
agree.
It's as well.
They should look into training their
So,
staffs professionally. Yeah.
guys, this is it on this episode. We hope Comfort. We hope she gets the justice she
Justice.
deserves, and we hope the Nigerian um, airport authority and those that are the authorities involved. We hope that they fix the issues. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you.
Thank you
It was
very
an
much.
interesting episode, though he made me kind of moody. So, all right. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We appreciate. And please remember to like,
Yeah.
share, and drop your comments.
Comment.
We appreciate. Love you. Have a nice day.
Bye for now. Okay. Let's have it.